by the deliveries this year as I am, and especially about where we're going with this platform. I really want to thank you so much for being here, and thank you for all that you do on Roblox.
Please welcome back David Baszucki.
Okay, we're getting close. For those of you that have been here before, you may be thinking there's one more thing we're going to touch on, but before we do that, I just want to highlight what Dan said about civility on our platform. It really is the foundation of everything we do. And when Roblox was small and there were 4 of us, within a month of launching, all 4 of us were acting as moderators on the platform. So we have a lot of empathy for how important this is. And look at where it's brought us, right? This most amazingly civil platform. We have a really amazing vision for this, whether it's safety and civility around private one-on-one conversations, whether it's safety and civility about big outdoor spaces. What you're going to see from us is a very flexible, adaptable safety and civility structure that handles all of this. Quick highlight on 3 directions we're going. The first is we want each of you to be able to instill the policies of your own experience. And that means in addition to Roblox-wide policy, I sometimes talk about if I was making a mermaid experience, I might say no one can make fun of mermaids, okay? And we would allow you to make that part of your policy in written text. The second is, just as we talked about avatars and having you create them, more and more, and also like our analytics tools, we want you to help manage your community if you want to. That includes customer service, that includes moderation. So we're going to be making that available to you. And then the more ML we have, and ultimately ML as a service, ML as something that can support safety, we want you to be able to tap into that to build and run your community. Okay, so it's been an amazing morning, but we have one last thing we've got to do here. And it seems like 20 years ago, but it was only 5 years ago where we came up with the idea of we're going to make 5-year predictions, and we were going to make them so ridiculously ambitious that each one of them at the time seemed impossible. 5 years is up, so let's do a quick scorecard of those 5-year predictions. 58%, okay, which I'm pretty proud of. And it includes a 100-person company on Roblox. I heard last night there is a 200-person company on Roblox. So yeehaw, woo! It seemed ridiculous to imagine a developer making $50 million a year. We shared some of that. That has happened, and many more things. So 58% actually feels just about right. It's aggressive. We hit about 6. Out of 10, and it's a very special RDC because it's time for new predictions, okay? Woo! These predictions are all supported by you. You have been powering these predictions, and the creative community on Roblox has been the engine that's driven these. So knowing now the power of our creative community, we can supercharge our next 5-year predictions. Okay, here they are. Do any of you remember Dave Letterman? Okay, number 10. A Fortune 500 company will use a Roblox experience as part of their recruiting process, okay? This is mind-blowing because it goes to the notion that Roblox is a utility platform. We're introducing OAuth. We're introducing ways for companies to log in. We're introducing ways for educational institutions to log in. So this really stretches the platform nature that one product can do this. Next up, a school will integrate a full K through 12 curriculum with Roblox, including language classes and virtual field trips, and we'll see this in 5 years. We have already seen start of the K-12 curriculum start to roll out. The better we get at voice, the better we get at automatic language processing. That view that a school in the United States might have a partner school in Argentina and they can go hang out there using voice translation, we're pretty sure this is going to happen. Number 8. Now, there's a lot of caveats here, so let's not go crazy, okay? So notice double caveat. 17 plus verified with photo ID, in 17 plus experience, but we do believe there's enormous population where traditional ways of meeting are scary, awkward, and ultimately we think 3D simulated meeting, I'm not going to use the D word, but subsequently real-life relationships is going to happen, okay? And we're going to build a platform to support that. Number 7, in 5 years inside Roblox, we will spend more time doing meetings in Roblox than with video on Mondays and Fridays when we're not in the office. We're already prototyping this. I already do some of my meetings with Roblox, avatar animation, and video. By that time, of course, we'll have interactive whiteboards. By that time, of course, we will have screen sharing. And by that time, meetings of 5 or 6 people are going to seem infinitely more connected than 5 panels on my screen. Body language, audio, eye tracking, what everyone's doing. Number 6, we'll share a universal civility metric, kind of like Gallup or something like this, and we're going to see that with the gentle nudges we do on our platform, rather than a dystopian fall off, in general, the people on our platform show increased civility. And I think this is going to be huge for our platform. It's going to power us in many, many ways. To be a billion daily active user platform, this will be the foundation that we rest on. Number 5, a hint to the future. In addition to all of the amazing economic things and stuff we've shared with you, in 5 years, some of the creators on platform will make more money with physical good merchandise than virtual good merchandise sold through your experience. And when we think about it, it's absolutely obvious, right? We can think of many experiences, many vendors where a 3D immersive physical shopping experience just makes sense. It's kind of like, of course it has to happen. Okay, so leading up to number 4, there's 4, I have a family, there's 4 Bazooki siblings. They're so burned out on Roblox, right? They've been watching this for 20 years. They're very cynical. But in 5 years, through the quality of things like the communication apps you build and Roblox Connect and Voice, I'm going to predict organically our family is using Roblox as a frequent communication channel. And this is going to be very difficult, but I'm pretty sure it's going to happen. Okay, number 3, this one seems almost too easy based on what I've seen in the last week. And this is the notion that we're going to see a top fashion designer emerge digital first and then physical. We're going to see an amazingly creative, famous worldwide fashion designer, got their start on a platform, Roblox, amazing creativity, and then the physical world mirrors that. Okay, and then we're going to hold on number 1 because I'm going to build on that one. But first off, you already saw it today. You saw not just face tracking, but body tracking Of course we love recorded concerts. Of course we love mocap suits. But we really love is the spontaneity of putting your phone on a music stand, performing live to millions of people. And our prediction is that in 5 years, we'll see a live performance with 1 million people with really camera-tracked animation in real life. Okay, and then finally, based on what we've seen, and this is a little bit of an aggressive one, but I do see all the signs that this is going to happen as we have this confluence of connection, economy, amazing creators, all coming together with brands. Our prediction is in 5 years, we'll see a Roblox creator valued at $1 billion, okay? So that is my top prediction. It's crazy. It's going to happen. So thank you all. Awesome. Now the difficult thing about doing this live with all of you, these are etched in stone. So we are fully committed. These can never change. We will be here over the next 4 years, and we will see you in 2028 for the review of this. I'm shooting for 60 to 70% here. Okay, so finally, in closing, we're just getting started at the highest level together. We're doing something very big, and that is we're reimagining how people come together to play, to learn, to work, to communicate. And in coming together, we're so optimistic because bringing people together supports communication and dialogue. So we are all a part of it. It's literally a great time to be alive, and I'm so glad to be doing it with all of you. So thank you so much, and we'll see you after lunch.
Please welcome Roblox Vice President of Engineering, Creator, Nick Torno, and Vice President of Product, Creator, Tien Lim.
Hello, RDC. I'm Nick, and I lead engineering for the Creator Group.
And I'm Tien. I lead product for the Creator Group.
The Creator Group is all about helping you, our creators, succeed and thrive on the platform. We work across all the other groups at Roblox to champion for and optimize for your needs. Earlier this year, we introduced ourselves in Dev Forum, but we thought that now that we're here in person, we could do a little more.
A lot more. So if any of these logos or products look familiar to you, we may have had a little hand in building some of these. We may not look it, but we've actually been around a few blocks helping creators across apps, games, movies, TV, social media. My first job was on the Nintendo GameCube, and I was one of the first platform devs. Yeah. Platform devs, and I was working on the forums, and I was working closely with all the developers. I had long hair back then. I was contributing code to classics like Metroid and Resident Evil. It was pretty epic.
Wait, you had long hair?
You're asking me this now at RDC? You
It's
really want to see
important.
it?
It seems important.
You guys want to see it? OK. There you go. It's there.
Very impressive, very handsome. I've been around the block too. As an early employee at Zynga, I helped ship games like Cityville and helped build our internal platform for building games. I've always been fascinated by the potential for technology to help connect people together. And at Twitter after that, I saw firsthand how technology can help people share their story and learn and grow together.
But I think we can safely say that we've never quite encountered a community quite like you. You are also passionate, creative, vocal, yeah?
But most importantly, and more than any other place that we've ever been, this is a real community. You can feel it in the air here at RDC. And it's this community that's going to power Roblox to achieve its vision. If we're going to connect 1 billion people with optimism and civility, it's only going to happen with your creativity and help.
If we're going to connect 1 billion people with optimism and civility, it's only going to happen if we can model that aspiration right here in this room. And it's only going to happen if we enable you to enable anyone to create anything, anywhere.
All right, we've decided to structure our talk today on a hierarchy of needs. It's based loosely on Maslow's hierarchy, but instead of air, water, food, and shelter, we're going to be talking about things that really matter to you.
I think those things matter to them, too.
No, that's a good point. Fair enough. Our creator's hierarchy of needs starts with the foundational things, like a platform that's secure, performant, stable, and reliable. That means we need to fix bugs, drive latencies down, and optimize our engine and infrastructure so it can scale as your games do on our platform. Next, it's about making sure that you can work the way you want to work. We're making our platform much more flexible, so you can work with your favorite tools. And we have some big news to share later on in this presentation. Finally, we want to accelerate creation. Roblox is already arguably the easiest place in the world to get your ideas into reality to share with the world. But we think we can go way further. Whether you're a novice or a pro, we've got some mind-blowing tools for you.
So excited. Now, all of this is only going to be possible if we have the right relationship. It's a two-way street. We need each other for all of this. So that means we need two-way transparency, accountability, regular communication, and mutual empathy. Because in the end, we just want creation to be fun and inspiring.
So let's start at the base of the pyramid. One of the biggest pieces of feedback we've heard from you all is that we need to improve our core.
Now, we talk a lot about our amazing vision, but the reality is we actually probably spend most of our energy right here at the foundations of the platform. So let's start with the things that matter to you on a day-to-day basis, like bugs. So we've recently revamped our dev forum bug process. So every bug you file now has an owner. In April of this year, only 45% of bugs had an owner. But now 98% of them do. Now, it doesn't mean that they're all going to get fixed, but at least you know someone's looking at it, and you have a much higher chance of seeing some clearer resolution. We're also working on opening up the bug reporting process to more of the community, so watch out for that.
The broader theme here is we want you to be able to enter and stay in a flow state as you're using Studio and our tool chain. Bugs are part of that, but we've also started tracking a new stat called uninterrupted Studio session time. Last year, this was a measly 30 hours, and now we're up to 80 hours. This means you can work for weeks at a time without experiencing a crash in Studio. Thank you. This is stuff we don't talk about a lot because it's small. You know, it's a bunch of little things, but we spend a ton of energy here, and I'm glad that you're seeing it. We're also working on hangs. Another thing we've seen is that when your network is flaky at home, or maybe your computer goes to sleep and wakes back up, we had this kind of annoying reconnect flow. It's now the case that we'll auto-reconnect, and this can get you back into the creative mode immediately. We've been improving scripting latency. Scripting latency is down 22%. This means when you type a key, how long does it take to show up on the screen? That's the P50. And the P99 is down by more than 48%, and we're going to keep going. We've also added support for Apple Silicon. For those of you who use these devices, we're seeing much more stability and higher performance on those devices. We know there's a lot more to do on all of these fronts, and we want to continue to hear from you. Please let us know what's slowing you down.
Oh, speaking about slowing down, let's talk about moderation for a second. It's how we try to ensure a safe and civil experience for our users, but we've learned that it can be a big part of your experience on the platform as well. So first, I thought I would give you a sense of the magnitude of the challenge here, because you all and your users are incredibly prolific. So every single day, you are uploading 2.5 million assets. Your users are sending 3 billion messages, creating 500,000 hours of voice chat, and generating 2 million pieces of feedback every day. That's a lot of stuff. And I'm not even counting the experiences that you are publishing and updating. So, by the way, I'm pretty sure this is true, that the number of experiences uploaded or published every single day on Roblox is bigger than the total number of apps and games uploaded to the Apple Store and the Google Store combined.
That's amazing.
That's a huge number. So you can imagine how hard it is to moderate this ecosystem, but we know how irritating it can be if we get it wrong. So an example I saw recently, Nick, what would you call this asset?
I'd call that Nick Bishop 123.
Bad news, man. I'm pretty sure you would get rejected. Because up until recently, we actually blocked the string Bishop because it could have been a name, like the android in that classic movie Aliens. Wow, nobody got that one. But was anyone irritated by the fact that the bishop is next to the rook? Anyone? So anyway, we have revised our text filters and dramatically reduced the number of assets being flagged and the number of incorrect bans as a result. So hopefully you're feeling the temperature come down there. We've still got a lot of work to do here, and we'll continue to tune.
So that's just one example, and we've been working on improving moderation across the board. Our goal is to have 100% accurate moderation for you, and we're on a journey to make it happen. This starts with amazing machine learning automation, so you can get instantaneous and accurate answers on moderation. In the rare cases it goes to a human moderator, we're improving things there too, with improved training for our moderators, dual reviews before anything results in a consequence. In the rare cases where something does lead to a consequence, we're improving our appeals process, so it's clearer to you why something has been rejected and how you can appeal that decision.
So we've been pushing these efforts on your behalf and have seen material drops at the rate at which creations see consequences and the severity of those consequences. Now, part of building a rock-solid platform is helping keep your experiences secure. We know you don't want to be keeping API keys and other secrets in code, but we haven't really given you that many options.
Until now. We're working on something we're calling the secret store. It's a safe place for you to securely store your secrets, which could be like API keys. You can store them separated from your code. It's easy to use. You set your secrets in Creator Hub or through our Open Cloud APIs, and then you can refer to them in code with a reference key. And this will be available later this year.
Quickly continuing on the theme of improving your quality of life, we recently rolled out the new Creator homepage. It pulls together all your critical assets, key insights, and product announcements. So it's your one-stop shop, bird's-eye view into how all your creations are doing.
Finding things in the Creator Marketplace has also historically been really hard. I remember at RDC last year, several of you came to me saying, Nick, why is it so hard to find audio assets and music on the Marketplace? Since then, we've deployed semantic search across the Creator Marketplace. And you can see an example of this. On the left here, when you search for brick house with smoke coming out of the chimney, you used to receive no results, because no one ever named an asset that literal string. With semantic search, we actually grok. We understand what these assets are. And now when you search for the same string, you get back all these wonderful creations that you all have made. And we're seeing this for audio too. We're seeing more insertions into your experiences. It's making them richer, and there's much more to come here.
Now, before we continue up this pyramid, let's take a little detour to discuss how we get to the top. And that's about the relationship you have with Roblox. So your relationship with Roblox might be 6 years old like mine, or 16, 17 years for some of you. That is a long time. And those kinds of relationships evolve, but the way they stay strong is with transparency, accountability, communication, and mutual empathy.
We're trying to keep up our end of the bargain. It's why we started the roadmap, to give you more visibility and insight into what we're doing, and why we've been advocating internally to make sure that your needs and points of view are being heard across the whole company.
The thing we ask from you is just to assume good intent. There's a lot of historical stuff that you have a lot more context on than we do. There are probably things we'll be talking about that you'll be wondering, why is Roblox quiet on all these things that have been bugging me for years? We want to make sure Roblox is not quiet. So if we are being quiet on something, there's probably a reasonable reason behind it. We're always trying to do things the right way, the principled way that's forwards and backwards compatible. Sometimes doing things the right way involves navigating really complex legal or regulatory things. That makes things hard to talk about.
That said, we never want you to stop speaking your mind. Let us know if you think we're on the wrong path. But again, please assume good intent. We're co-building this platform together. And that doesn't mean we're always going to agree on everything all the time. But that's OK. What's important is that we share our points of view with respect, we listen to each other, and we really try to understand each other. And so all we ask of you is that you trust that we're headed in the same direction, striving for the same goals. OK, let's get back to transparency and accountability.
So as Nick said, it kind of starts with the roadmap. It's a living document. We're going to keep posting periodic updates and hosting AMAs every now and then. I think we're up next month for an AMA. Hope I didn't surprise you with that. But stay tuned. The roadmap will be updated, and you'll be seeing some new updates from today and maybe a few other surprises.
So we're always looking for new ways to engage with you, but we also want to help you all engage with one another. You all have amazing learnings, amazing knowledge, and we want to make it easier for you to share those learnings with one another, to learn from each other. This is why we relaunched Creator Events. It's a way for you to learn from each other by watching live virtual events and an opportunity to host virtual events yourself.
So as part of Creator Events, in July of this year, we put on an event called ROBLOX Connect. It's a global creator conference driven by you, the community. This year, you all hosted 29 online workshops in 9 different languages with live translation support. It covered topics from design, development, to accessibility. Most of those workshops were not in English. And as a result, over 12,000 creators participated. That's amazing. That's 10 times the size of this room. And you all made that happen. Thank you so much.
Tian, I just thought of something. Didn't we just name that video calling app Connect?
Oh, yeah. Let me fix this slide real quick, and let's move on.
All right. OK, how else can we make it easier for y'all to help each other? How about those docs you've been complaining about and itching to fix? Just last week, we open sourced our docs. All of our docs now have a little edit button. You tap it, and you enter into GitHub, and you can submit a pull request. This is a way for y'all to share tidbits of knowledge, gems of information you've picked up through the Roblox School of Hard Knocks. And over the first 24 hours of us open sourcing docs, we've seen over 50 pull requests come in. So thank you for those who have already been contributing, and please keep it coming.
I actually took a quick look at those pull requests, and I was really impressed. It wasn't just the grammar police. There was actual, real, useful, helpful stuff in there. All due respect to the grammar police, I'm probably one of them. All right, let's get back to walking up this pyramid. One of the biggest pieces of feedback we've heard from you is that you want to work the way you want to. You want to use your favorite tools for the job, whether that's scripting, modeling, or avatar creation. We've got you covered.
Now, about 3 months ago, we made it so anyone could make their own OAuth applications. This enables external websites and other pieces of software to log in with your Roblox identity. As of last week, we've seen more than 2,000 OAuth apps created for the platform. And now, some of you might be wondering why you might care. Well, let's talk about that. As many of you already know, GLTF has become one of the most popular 3D objects in the world. Back in June, we launched support for GLTF in Studio, particularly around meshes and PBR textures. And just earlier this week, we extended that support to rigged models, skinning, and animation. With these updates, you can now import pretty much anything on the planet into Roblox. You can populate your worlds with the most fantastic things you can imagine.
We also know a lot of you like to use Blender to create your assets and to design items. So we recently launched an open-source Blender add-on where you can provide your Roblox credentials to Blender, and we'll be able to link your Blender meshes and models and update them automatically in Studio. And we open-source this because it's a pretty obvious use of OpenCloud, and we want you to surprise us with even more innovative applications. Now, Manuel already showed a slide of some of the wonderful avatars that you've been submitting, but Nick and I thought we should put our own version of that up there as well and pick some of our favorites. So I'm being honest. The snail just speaks to me. Thank you, whoever made that. And Nick, I'm pretty sure that teddy bear is your avatar?
Yeah, I'm just a big teddy bear. That's me, on the inside.
Anyways, we're super excited about what you're all going to make. I think I'd like to see, generally, a little more gender inclusion, some diversity, and some realistic avatars. Now, maybe that sounds weird coming from a snail and a teddy bear, but we switched things up quite a bit.
All right, changing gears. Do you all have any idea what the heck these icons on the screen mean? It means we're going to support experience ownership transfer. One of the amazing things about Roblox is you never know when an experience you're just tinkering on and doing in your spare time is going to take off, and you're going to need a whole group of people working on it. And we also know we've never really provided you a way to transfer that experience to a group. We're in early testing with a manual process for this. It's surprisingly complicated, and I won't get into it, but we hope in 2024 you can self-serve transfer experiences from user accounts to groups.
That's huge. So we're also working to make it easier for you to collaborate in real time. So here you can see what your team is. We hope towards early 2024, you'll be able to see more of what your team is doing in both 3D and in script. So what you're seeing in this animation is someone flying to a user, another team member, whether they're in 3D or in script land. And with the new activity history feature coming soon, you'll have better situational awareness about what your team is doing or has recently done.
OK, Tien, this is a big one. One thing you all have been asking about is supporting external scripting tools and version control systems. It even came up during Dan and Manuel's AMA in June. And Dan committed to giving you all an update at RDC.
OK, Nick, it's RDC. What's going on?
The moment has come. We're thrilled to announce that you will soon be able to edit and update your Roblox files in your favorite code editor and integrate with your version control system. Here, you can see how you can move back and forth between scripting within Visual Studio.code and Studio. This is possible because OpenCloud will be giving you the ability to update scripts. And this is not the end state. We expect OpenCloud will be able to update any aspect of your experience.
So that's huge. Open Cloud is going to open up a whole bunch of powerful use cases. Now, a really simple one that we thought of was updating what items you might be selling in an experiences shop by changing a few rows in the spreadsheet. So here's an example where I've got my measly 2 potions in my potion shop. And on the right, the creator is just updating rows in a Google Sheet, clicking Update, injecting the new script, and it shows up in the store.
All right, let's keep marching up this pyramid. And now we're going to switch gears to some of the more innovative parts of what we've been working on. We want to help you get your ideas into reality faster. And one of the major ways we see this happening is through use of generative AI. Creators will use solutions to craft and realize their ideas faster than ever before. Dan already gave you a little preview. He stole our thunder a little bit.
Totally.
But we're going to give you a little preview of what we've been working on, and we have more to show.
So we have been seeing all the clever and unique ways that you've already been using AI to assist the creative process. So the creators at OffPath, anybody here, created AI Outfit Creator, where you can easily equip yourselves with an AI-generated wardrobe like Pirate Zombie or Surfer, Ice Cream Surfer.
Ice Cream Surfer, that's a great one.
I like it too. And the creators of Frontlines have been using Gen AI to prototype new art styles and new concepts and PBR surface materials. And you're going to be seeing some of the results of that in their next big update.
So earlier this year, we've already rolled out a couple generative AI features with Code Assist and Material Generator. And we've been seeing the people who use these tools are more productive. Compared to our previous autocomplete solution, those who use Code Assist are inserting twice as much code into their experiences. That means they're getting double the amount of generated code, and their experiences are getting richer. We're improving the quality of our suggestions, but we're already up to a 28% acceptance rate on those generated pieces of code.
That's pretty high.
It's going to get better and better. And lastly, we see the same thing with Material Generator. We've seen more than a 50% increase in the percentage, or the number of users, or the number of users using material variants within the beta compared with those not in the beta. And I feel like I've already seen this on Roblox just as a player. Our experiences are getting so much more vibrant.
A lot shinier. Now, Dan teased it, but we're excited to announce that in a couple of months, we're going to be rolling out Assistant. Assistant is a conversational AI that will empower you to find answers, explain, debug, and iterate on code, and even build whole experiences more easily.
Before we get into all the cool stuff, we want to really directly address some key concerns we're hearing from you. What data will we use to train our models? And will it be opt-in or opt-out by design? We want to be extremely clear. Roblox will not use any of your experience data without your permission. Currently, we're only training our AI models using publicly available data from places like the Creator Marketplace. We will have a program which will allow you to contribute data to help improve our AI models, which will benefit the whole community, but it will be completely voluntary.
So as Nick said, we're using publicly available data right now, but we know with just a little larger data set, we can build much more powerful models and tools. So there are 2 data sets we're going to be talking about here. One is for Roblox, one is for public training. The first is what will affect this community the most. It will affect the quality of Code Assist and all the other tools, assistant tools that we build. The second, the public, helps the entire world get better at answering Roblox coding questions or generating Roblox code. So you can imagine future generations of ChatGPT or Llama being trained on this data set and doing a much better job with Roblox. So we're rolling out a voluntary opt-in program that allows you to contribute some of your scripts to either one or both of these data sets. We're going to be sure to anonymize any sensitive information like API keys. And actually, our processing won't even take anything that looks remotely unique. We're mainly interested in code snippets that lots of people are actually using. So as a result, your secret sauce is always going to be safe. So again, this is completely voluntary. You can still use our AI tools, even if you don't participate. But if you do, you'll get access to the best models that we have.
All right, we hope that's really clear to y'all. And there's documentation and details on all of this on our website that you can learn more. But now let's shift to what these models will actually get you. And let's talk about learning. Whether you're brand new to Roblox or a seasoned veteran, our vision is that Assistant will help you get to answers faster. Here we see an example of a creator looking to improve the retention on their experience. They ask the assistant, and they get back a detailed list of things to consider and maybe steps to take to improve retention. These results are tailored to that user based upon what they've asked for and based upon the situation they're in.
So you used to work at Zynga. Is that a pretty good list there?
I think it's something we would consider, yes.
Well, it's pretty good then. So we launched Code Assist back in March, but we were wondering, how else can we help? And the team thought, don't you just love reviewing someone else's code?
Not yours.
Yeah, but dude, I'm so out of practice. But luckily, now Assistant can do it for you. So here in this animation, what you're seeing is the creator going over to a script, wondering who wrote this and what does it do, highlighting the script and asking the assistant, please explain this to me. And what you see is the assistant quite verbosely explaining in plain English what the code does. And while it was at it, it discovered, hey, wait a second, there's probably a bug in here. Would you like me to fix it for you?
It's not surprising.
Ouch. Kick me while I'm down. It's pretty cool. So here's another take on the theme. It's a more general debugging case. So in this case, the creator knows that something's wrong. And it asks the assistant, why is my animation not playing? The assistant looks through the code and quickly finds a potential culprit, suggests a fix, and shows you exactly what it did. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. And as you've already seen from Dan, Assistant can do all of this, but also help you iteratively generate entire scenes by harnessing assets from your personal inventory and those in the creator marketplace. Here you can see a creator interacting with Assistant. And in addition to the work that Dan showed, let's actually build this into a full game. So here we'll start with a little bit of a campfire. Let's have a game about collecting firewood. That's where we have some trees, but we're going to want different types of trees. All right, what else do we need for our game?
I think we need an adversary, right? Every good game needs an enemy. And so I've got a pretty cool bear right here.
Scary.
Yeah, it's not so scary because it's untextured, right? But you all like Material Generator. Just wait till you see what we've got next. We have, coming soon, retexturing of 3D objects from a text prompt. So here you see an untextured bear, and the creator asks it to make it look a little more realistic. Boom. But what if it was more fantasy?
How can I get some of that armor for my teddy bear avatar?
Glad you asked, because that is a fantastic reason for you and everybody here to go to Steph's live demo tomorrow. We're actually going to be demoing this live. It's pretty amazing stuff.
All right, but how about if you've already got an experience that's alive? How can Assistant help you? Well, we all know that you who are running live operations for your games, you got to keep it fresh, keep people coming back. Let's see, it's September, October's coming up, Halloween. How about if we could add some Halloween theming to this experience we already have? Well, it needs to be a little scarier. That's pretty good. I think we need some props or something. How about, yeah, let's make it a graveyard. Cool. Some jack-o'-lanterns. What else could we do? How about like a crypt? And maybe we'll get some skeletons off the marketplace. Pretty good. I think we can ship it.
I don't know if I'd ship that, but it's pretty cool. And we can't wait to see what you all how you all find ways to use it. So we've been talking about all these things we want you to be able to do, but how do you extend these superpowers to your users? We believe in the future of creation of anything, anywhere, by anyone, because creation is fun, it's powerful, it's inspiring, it's empowering. And we're super excited that many of you have embraced that ethos with amazing building experiences that spark our users' creativity, like Build a Boat for Treasure or Islands. We're really excited to where you all take this, and I honestly believe that one of you out there is going to build a better studio than us. Most recently, we've been excited to see this new experience called World Lab from Super Social coming soon. They have built some pretty amazing in-experience, no-code building tools. These are the kinds of things that just might help spark that next level of richness for in-experience creation. It's pretty cool.
So cool.
But while creators you've been able to allow building these things, they have always been kind of trapped within the walls of that one experience.
Until now. For the first time ever in August, we made it so you could publish packages from Inexperience and save them to your inventory. You can see here how a user can customize the paint color of this car and then take it out into their inventory. But this is just the beginning.
So that car you just saw, it's now a platform package. If I inspect that car, I'll be able to see which experience built it. And we think that all this creation of accessories, packages, avatars, experiences, those all now become your next calling cards. Let's take avatars and accessories. You already have a sense of how important they're becoming. You saw that from the announcement of Roblox Connect and how prominently users are going to see their avatars, and we're really excited to see where you take them. We want you to be able to build experiences that let users build avatars, accessories, and items, and then take them across the platform. Each platform item created in your experience is your calling card. It will be easy for people to examine your avatar, other people's avatars, and figure out where that super cool shirt came from, and jump directly to that experience. So here's an example where in the future the user is browsing Marketplace, spots something they like, finds out where it can be acquired, and is teleported to that experience. So all of a sudden, making super cool avatars, accessories, and packages became a great way to market your experiences and your creativity.
All right, so here's where it starts to get really crazy. So to add to that mind-bending thought that Tian just shared, all of the APIs that we just discussed around our AI assistant will be available to users on the platform. So now you as creators will be able to build experiences that integrate assistant and AI capabilities to allow your users to create the content that they've been dreaming of and take it out of the experience as a platform-level item across different experiences. So we're really excited to see what you all do with this. And ultimately, the goal is to empower creation everywhere. You'll be able to take whatever you created in one experience to another experience. Imagine an experience where you design a fabric, and you take that fabric out. Imagine another experience where you bring your fabric in and you design a coat using that fabric. Now you take that coat out, and now you you go to an experience that lets you build a shop. And in that shop, you can put all the coats and other things that you've built. And you can publish that as an experience. Now you're running your own store. You haven't even downloaded Studio. You're just using different experiences to build an entire experience. You can even imagine taking that experience of that shop and putting it into a mall or some sort of larger city.
It's a crazy web of creation. We think you're all going to be building on these foundational capabilities and helping each other build, whether that's by making experiences that make other kinds of creation easy, or by providing cool plugins or packages on Creator Marketplace to empower other creators. And again, all of this creation, whether it's an avatar, an accessory, an experience, offers attribution back to the building experiences, creating more opportunities for you.
So that's what we're doing. We're building this pyramid. It starts at the bottom with taking care of some basics of our core. Goes up to making our tools more flexible, so you can use the right tool for the job. And on top of that, there's this mind-blowing universe of possibility.
We hope you have as much fun taking this platform in new and inspiring directions as we did in building it for you. We can't wait to see what you all come up with. Thanks for having us.
Please welcome